Hey guys, gonna give you a little lesson today on top speed and how to maximize top speed, how to maximize speed in general. You know, when an athlete is sprinting, their feet are either on the ground applying force or in the air recovering, right? Your feet can either only be in one of those two places. Think about that for a second. So now, how do we get faster? We've got to decrease ground contact time and decrease leg recovery time. So we got to apply a quick, fast force into the ground and get our leg up and back, cycle through to apply another quick force into the ground. Now, let's use an analogy that let's try to take 8 thousandths of a second off ground contact time. 8 thousandths, 80 milliseconds. If we can improve our ability to put force into the ground on and off by 80 milliseconds or 8 thousandths of a second, and if we can improve leg recovery time, how fast we can get our leg to recover by 20 milliseconds or 2 thousandths of a second, because the research shows world-class sprinters compared to your average sprinter, the stride frequency is about the same, you know, that recovery, but the ability to apply force is so much faster. So we'll say 80 milliseconds on ground contact, 2 thousandths of a second improvement on leg recovery. Add that together, that's 1/100th of a second. You're saying, Bill, big deal, 1/100th. We're improving on each leg stride, individual leg stride, but here's the secret, or here's the catch. In the average 40-yard sprint, an athlete takes 20 strides. 20 times 1/100th of a second is 2/10ths of a second. So when you break it down, really improving the ability to apply force quickly, because that's where it all happens. That's where we can make the big improvement and improve that recovery a little bit, that quickness of the recovery. We have a faster athlete. Now here's why recovery is important. It's important because, if you can get me, if I am efficient in this leg recovery, if I'm efficient here, right, and pulling it up, opposed to being inefficient, you know, kicking back, toe, plantar flex, and we're wasting this time or lag time, that's gonna throw off my ability to cycle the leg. If I start off immediately with good technique at toe off, immediately it's efficient and effective, and I create a short lever, guys, this leg is cyclical, or I should say elliptical. It has an egg-shaped motion, that foot. So think about the foot being in a race. It's making this circular race, right? Well, that's the start. You gotta have a good start. You wanna run a good 40, you gotta have a good start. So at toe off, I gotta have a good start. That's my start. And then when I'm here, I block, I gotta reverse it, and then a big force into the ground. So if you make recovery a little more efficient, just 2 thousandths of a second, 20 milliseconds, that's gonna help you get more momentum and speed in that cyclical or elliptical strike, right? That windmill kind of action. So I'm here, boom, and then boom. So now, once I come in from the block position, now I got that momentum, that efficiency to really, boom, put a huge force into the ground with front side mechanics. That's what I want to get, be on and off faster, 80 milliseconds faster on the force application, 20 milliseconds on the recovery. We're talking about 1/100th of a second. We're running 2/10ths faster in the 40. So this is something I want you to think about. Tell your athletes, hey, give them this example for maybe the older kids. Get them to understand. We're talking about 80 milliseconds or a total of 100 milliseconds. We can get better. You get a little stronger, you get a little more efficient with your force application, you work technique, you stabilize the core, guaranteed to get faster, scientifically proven. Hopefully you enjoyed this little tidbit. We're coming back to you with more science and the evidence of speed training.